With the upcoming holiday, sales of caviar are booming, we're told. Most people know it as a very expensive dish. A small tin can can cost upwards of $20. But if you can afford it, how are you supposed to eat it? We sent Anders Edenholm to find out.
As Anton Chekhov said, caviar. I keep on eating it, but I can never get my fill. It all starts with a fish. Sturgeon is one of the oldest families of fish and has been around for more than 200 million years, a kind of living fossil. Its curse is the roe it carries, also known as caviar. But now to the most important question. How do you eat it? I decided to consult an expert.
The finest way and the cleanest way to eat it is actually from the back of the hand. And I'm just going to put it here on your hand. And then by sitting this on here, we're warming up the caviar gently. And then also we have the purest tasting because there's nothing, we're not eating off of a potato or anything like that. We're just having the pure caviar. So then crush it on the roof of the mouth. Salt, quite saline in taste. And there's a tiny little bit of dryness from the walnut. And that's about it. And creamy. This is a brioche, a breakfast brioche. It's filled with scrambled egg, topped with a little bit of creme fraiche, and then completely filled with Ossietra caviar. And it's on our breakfast menu, and we sell quite a few.
Right. Well, that's the way to start the day.
Yes.
Anders Edenholm, BBC News.
My colleague Anders there, who gets all the tough gigs here at the BBC. Well, let's now talk to Laura King, who's founder of King's Fine Food, the UK's largest importer of caviar. Good morning to you, Laura. So is this your busiest time of year in terms of caviar sales?
Yes, it is. Yeah, in December, we do about a third of our turnover. So it is absolutely manic. And we're a small team, only 12 of us. So everyone is doing everything. I spend most of the day packing caviar, and we all muck in, but it certainly is. It's a great time of year for us.
And as you say, packing caviar, I assume, does it have to go, into the post with freezer packs, and you can't just send it in an envelope, can you?
No, you can't. You've got to send it and make sure that in terms of temperature that you put, we add water to it, we add ice, and we do lots of sort of temperature checks. So that's really important with caviar.
And am I right to assume you've not seen any impact of inflation on your sales? Because this kind of luxury, those who can afford this are not really impacted currently.
I think the luxury market, I think even if people aren't going out as much, they certainly want to have, when they do go out, they want luxury. So if they're going to hotels, I think hotels will serve more caviar because it is luxury, and it's also Christmas, and Christmas is a great time, I think, to treat yourself.
And Laura, what got you into this? Were you a big caviar consumer anyway, or how did you end up being the CEO of a caviar company?
I didn't even really like it, but I used to buy aircraft spares, and one of my buyers bought caviar. I needed a job, and I remember the first time I was I had the interview, I looked at the caviar and thought, God, I don't like this. But actually, now, of course, I've been selling it since '91, and I love it. And I work with my daughter Holly, and we're a family business. We're also a charity. 10% of our net profits go to a brain tumour charity I set up when my husband died, and that's very important for us as well, because you don't have to eat caviar, and it's wonderful people do. But I think the fact that we can give back as well is incredibly important for us.
Yeah, really important. And it's lovely to hear that you do that as a business. And just tell us, we were seeing there the chef in the Dorchester hotel showing my colleague Anders how to eat caviar. Is that what you suggest? A little bit on your hand? Is that the best way?
I think nothing impairs the taste if you just have the caviar, and I think it's delicious with a softly boiled egg with the caviar wrapped in it on a blini with creme fraiche. But if I'm tasting it in a restaurant, I always, and my daughter or anyone else will probably do the same. You just put it on the back of your hand and taste it, and you can really then taste the caviar. And I think it's such an expensive product. You want to have.
And just briefly, Laura, sorry to interrupt you, what do you drink with it, very briefly?
Champagne.
Every
Vodka's
time.
quite strong. Yeah. always
Caviar
champagne.
and bubbles. It's a no-brainer. Laura, it's been lovely to have you on the programme. I'm hungry just thinking about it. Thank you so much. Laura King there, CEO of King's Fine Food. Well, that ends the program.